That
was good intro.
That was good intro.
It was sufficient.
So good. Okay. So welcome to another fun episode of Coaching, Caffeine, and Comedy. And I'm your host, Haley Kobza. First and foremost, this is the first group with the awesome new music intro. So you guys are the judges of that.
Privileged. Thank you.
Yeah.
Was it? Did you like?
I thought it was quite adequate.
It could have been like a walk-up song or something.
Potentially.
Okay. Okay. So anyways, today we have the pleasure of speaking with two humans from the land of Down Under. Sorry, that was my attempt of Australian. Since the votes came in, everyone wants an episode every week, and I have to use all of my resources. And lucky for me, we have a solid group of humans at McCook Community College. So they come from near and far. So today you get to listen to two of our Australian baseball players. Max, say your last name.
Mrakovcic. You should know that by now.
Yeah, and I just call Max. And Mitchell Driver.
That's correct.
Okay, welcome, boys.
Thank you.
Okay, so to get started here, we're going to shake off those little jitters, but you guys are both pitchers, so you guys aren't nervous right now, are you?
No,
No.
not at all.
I really want to take a photo of you right now. Max, you're very, set up very straight.
Something about my posture lately
It's
keeps
impressive.
coming up. Thank you.
Sit up straight.
Polaroid. I should have brought that so we take a photo.
Closer to the mic.
Sorry, I
There
should
you
have
go.
brought my Polaroid.
Okay, so we're going to do a little warm-up. First, I'm going to ask Mitch, this
Yes.
is for you.
Yes.
Going to ask some questions,
Yes.
and it's going to be a blank, and then you got to fill it in, okay?
Okay.
Sound
I'm
good?
terrible at this, but anyway.
All right, here we go. Nebraska is,
The greatest state in America.
wow, in America. Okay.
In America. Yeah.
Coach,
Kobza.
oh, good. I like,
Grapes.
wait, time out. This is raw. These aren't your questions. I forgot.
Is that
These are
mine?
actually Max's questions.
Okay. Well.
That was a good warm-up for you, though. Max, you ready to go?
Ready? Let's do it.
Okay. Nebraska is,
Boring.
oh, Coach,
Lad.
I like,
Women.
gosh, okay. Bone Thugs and,
One more time.
Bone Thugs and
Marrow.
Harmony, but great try.
Thank you.
My favorite teacher is,
Miss Esh.
oh, she's
She's a
great.
sweetheart.
She is so sweet. I am a,
Legend. Sorry.
Australia is,
The best.
Coach Olson is,
Unique.
always be,
Happy.
my go-to caffeine is,
Monster Energy.
oh, okay, shout out.
sugar.
Shout out. No sugar. Good. Okay, all right. Now these are your questions, Mitch.
Thank you.
Sorry, I forgot. I had a special one in here, and I didn't want to mess that one up.
Okay.
Okay. Nebraska is,
Still the greatest state in America.
okay. My homeland is,
The best place ever. I mean, it's one of a kind.
ice.
Baby. Is that
Good.
right?
Good.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. My volleyball girlfriend this semester is,
Plead the fifth.
okay. That was it. That's all I'm gonna. I won't make fun of you anymore.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Coach Ford is,
I'm awesome.
awesome. I love,
The ocean.
oh, you're never too old to,
Go to JUCO.
Yeah, you're never too old to go to JUCO and never
That's-
too old to start your life.
it's very true coming from you two.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Play like,
Jacob DeGrom.
okay. Don't stop.
Drinking, what is that stuff called?
That's Alani.
Don't stop drinking Alani.
Oh, good, good. All right. Okay, so one at a time, you guys are going to introduce yourself and where you're from and how in the world did you get to McCook. So Max, I know you just started pitching when you came here,
A little before that, yeah.
so that we
But-
could get the conversation with you started off like that. So
Okay.
tell us a little bit about you, where you're from.
My name is Maxim Mrakovcic. I'm 21. I'm from Sydney, Australia. I started pitching seriously when I was about 17 or 18. And me and Mitch kind of took the same route to get here. I kind of followed Mitch.
Oh, really?
I did, yeah. They introduced this thing at home. This guy introduced this thing to us called Down Under Travelers. And Mitch went on the first ever trip. And then the next year, a few months later, maybe 6-8 months later in November, December 2019, they took us to Florida for 3 weeks to play in a bunch of games against JUCOs and high schools and do some showcases. And that was it, really. Got seen from there and got to talk to Mr. Snook. And he said, I want you to come here, mate. And I said, all right, beautiful. I'll do exactly what Mitch did. And it worked out. Worked out real well.
And it was probably really helpful that Mitchell was here like 4 years before you as well.
It influenced my decision.
Yeah.
If I didn't know people here, it probably would have been a different story. And
Mhm.
maybe I wouldn't have done it at all. So
were you You were pitching at that time though, right?
oh yeah, I was playing a bit of infield, and then I would jump on the mound every now and again as well.
Mhm.
Just because we're playing 3 weeks, that's a lot of games, that's a lot of pitching. So I said I'll do it. I pitched a little bit at home, ended up being way better at it than I was at any other spot. So that's what I'm doing now.
Crazy. All right, Mitchell, where are you from? How did you get here?
I'm also from Sydney, Australia, about a half an hour away from Maxi. I went on the first Down Under Travellers tour. It was a very random message from a guy that I'd never met, never knew about. He just said, hey, you want to come? And I said, sure, why not? Let's go to America, play some baseball, obviously. And that was 2019. And then, like Maxi did, played a few tournaments, played against a couple of good players, got to meet some previous pro players. And then at the time, it was Pat Robles. He was the pitching coach. And he spoke to the guy that was running it, which was Ben, and he said, we want him, and he gave me a scholarship, and ever since then I kind of spent most of my life in McCook, or just in general in America, really, for the past 3 years.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm also 22, not too old, coach.
How long of a flight is that over to Australia?
16. About 15 hours in total in terms of flying and stuff, because you have to fly to Colorado to get to here, so it's either San Fran or LA, and then either one of those places to Colorado.
I was reading this email today. It was kind of funny because after I was like, I'm going to get you two on here, and at the bottom it was this quote from Australia or something, and it was said something like, don't be worried if the day is over today because it's tomorrow in Australia.
That is correct. We are
right?
We are a few hours ahead.
So far behind. Interesting. So what's been like the biggest thing that you guys have taken away from McCook while you've been here? Because both of you guys are leaving after this year. Mitch, you've been here 3 years because you had a COVID year.
Yep.
That's why I give you a hard time.
Yep.
Max, you've only been here 2 years. So what's something you're going to be taking away once you leave McCook?
Probably to be grateful where I came from in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
But I won't take this experience for granted at all. It's cool to live in a small town like this, and I just appreciate all the people here and everything they do, and everyone knows everyone, and everyone's got a bit of care for everyone, so it's a pretty sweet place.
Have you met anybody that's not like associated with the college at all, like an outside person?
Yeah, I've met a few locals, a few random people, but
yeah.
I don't know if they're my friends, but I know who they are, and if I see them, I'll stop and say hi.
Awesome.
I think me and Mitch might know every single person that works at Casey's in this town.
The guy at Casey's will actually talk to me about Maxi and ask him how he's doing.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
what Casey's? Because there's 3 Casey's.
The one next to Sarge's. I think it's like the middle one, maybe.
Why do you guys know where Sarge's is?
It's just a big sign.
Because as you said, we're old and shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
That's funny. Interesting. Is there anything that Americans do that you guys are like, oh my goodness, or however you guys talk in Australia?
You can go.
It's got to be the politics, man, honestly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Constantly, non-stop. Every lunch, every dinner.
Politics.
What politics?
Dude,
or something like that. Something in the news, something someone's done, something COVID, something I don't want to hear about.
Anything else?
I don't know, nothing really. I mean, the biggest thing that you do, like you said, was the politics. Like, went back in Australia, like, it is not cared about as much.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just go with the flow. Like, whoever you want, you just go tick their name, and then you walk out of wherever you are, and that's it. That's your day. You don't ever talk about it. They're useless either way anyway. So, yeah.
Interesting. So I know in Australian, I don't know if you guys do this. I thought it was an Australian thing. Do you use a knife every time you guys eat? Like you scrape your food with a knife?
Like scrape it into the bin?
Yeah. Yes.
Like my leftovers?
Yeah.
Yeah? I guess.
Or like you take your knife and you scrape it onto your fork and then eat it.
I do that.
That's an
Yeah.
Australian thing.
I don't know if it's an Australian thing.
I think it's an Australian thing.
Well, you know when you like got mashed potato,
Right.
and then so you put it on your fork, and then you've got like other stuff. You just
Right.
like spread it onto the mashed potato, so it sits there, and then you can eat the whole thing at once. You get like 3 different flavors.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And you guys like eat Vegemite over there? Right?
Yeah,
And what is that?
it is.
Like best way to describe that?
It's kind of it's a yeast thing. I
A
think.
what?
It's like a yeast.
A yeast?
I think mostly yeast or something. It's kind
It's a
of
spread.
yeah.
Like
It's-
it's supposed to be put on your toast and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's an acquired taste
Yeah.
that you grow up with.
What else is an acquired thing from Australia that's different?
I don't think there's many other things food-wise
no.
that you don't have here.
Oh, but they don't have meat pies. But mostly Vegemite is
What
the
is
one.
mick pies?
Meat pies.
Meat pies.
Meat pies.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a pastry sort of thing, and there's like meat in it, and there's like heaps. You can put heaps of other stuff in it.
Isn't that a runza?
No,
No.
no. It's kind of like a chicken pot pie, but it's
Okay,
not
but-
in a way.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay.
the best way. People like when we talk about it, people ask it. Oh,
Max, the way that you're sitting there, it looks like you're like posing for a photo, like somebody's painting you.
Always am.
He was a model back in the day.
I could believe it. Both of you guys with that flowy hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to get a photo of that for the Instagram page.
That's what I thought.
Mm.
Yeah.
Very good.
You guys are funny. What do you miss most about Australia?
Oh, I miss my family and everything, but
Mhm.
I don't know. It's like I can go 5-minute drive down to the beach and I can sit and I can eat, and there's a million places to go eat instead of the 5 that I have here.
Mhm.
And I can drive for an hour and go to the actual city and go to the next town, and there's just so many things I can do, and it's just, I don't know, I'm just attached to it. It's where I'm from. I just like it. It
Do you
makes
have
me
any
feel
siblings,
comfortable.
Max?
I don't. I have a half brother,
Okay.
and he's 28 or 29. He's about to get married.
Oh,
And
exciting.
I don't see him much anymore. But when I was
Uh-huh.
younger, he used to live with us for a little bit and come for the holidays. But
Yeah.
no, it's just me, mum, and dad.
And what about you?
I have a sister,
Mm-hmm.
and the thing I probably miss mostly, I would probably agree with Maxie, the beaches. Growing up in that area, because I'm on the coast like him, it's kind of just something you always gravitate towards when you're younger, and you still keep going, especially when you're going down with mates. Because you go to the beach, go for a swim, do whatever. If you surf, and then you go get like something from like a little cafe, and then you just sit there, and it's always just like a good time down at the beach, really. As well as obviously family and dogs. It's obviously
Right.
something I miss.
Do you guys call your mom?
Yeah, Mum.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's like my favorite. When my little Australian, I call her my Australian, Nikki Cross,
Oh yeah.
she played basketball here, which you guys know that. She would watch my kids and she'd always talk about her mom. And I'm like, oh, I want my kids to call me that.
Call you mum.
Mom.
I remember you actually telling me you
I
wanted to
know.
learn how to say
and,
it like
and
that.
you were like, you just need to tell them to do it. And I'm like, I think my kids would get made fun of if they called me mom over here. But
We don't get made fun of.
yeah, no. Mm-mm. Okay.
Apart from Caleb.
So what makes you you? Like what makes you Max? Let's go, buddy.
Well, I don't know. I try to be as open and as... Oh, you look like you're going to say something.
Oh, no.
No?
This
You're gonna
is-
tell
this-
me how I
No,
am?
this is good. No, yeah, I'm waiting.
I think I'm just open and honest. I try to be. I don't try to act like a different person to different people. Just try to put up that... Be as, straightforward as possible, and just... I want to, it's bad to say you want to be liked by everyone, but I do want to be liked by people, You don't want people to not like you.
Mhm.
And I just want people to go, oh, look, it's Max. He's a good guy. I can hang out with Max if I wanted to. If I didn't, he wouldn't care. It wouldn't matter. Just want to be a nice person in people's eyes, and them to, just think I'm respectful and them respect me. That's about it.
I like it.
And them think I'm a good pitcher. That's about all.
All right. What makes you you, Mitch?
I honestly don't really know. I think just trying to be the best person I can for myself and for others. Just try to be there for others, giving somebody the feeling of, a person they're able to like go to, I guess, is something big for me. Like
Mhm.
if you can come to me and talk to me about something, it'll be all ears, and like I want someone to be able to do that. And then I don't know, most of my identity really would probably be pitching, or like baseball, because back in school everybody knew me for that.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, just trying to be the best person I can be and continue to grow each day. That's really about it, I guess.
So when I went to ask this question, have you guys ever heard about like Urban Dictionary?
Yeah.
Okay. So I looked up what Urban Dictionary, what they like the definition of your guys' names. This is really funny. Mitchell's, you have a lot of cuss words in yours, so I can't say all of them.
I thought this was unedited and.
I mean, it is unedited, but I just, in case there's small children watching. So it says.
Okay, never mind.
A man, witch, aka a guy who is always really pissy and complaining at everyone, also in a really petty, girly way. Which is, I don't think that's you. But Max is spot on. This one's kind of long. All right. I won't try to get too winding. Max, charming, talkative guy who is really obvious when flirting, but is too scared to say something. Smart, but doesn't really show it because it isn't his personality. He likes sports and is usually pretty decent. Good work ethic and is serious about what he does. Can take a joke and often gets teased because he can deal with it. And it's really easy for people to do. Usually looks for the kind of girls that others wouldn't, and he can't explain that.
Okay, wow. Yeah.
I mean, I think that
explained it better than I could do it.
That was you to a T, for sure. Womanizer.
Well,
kind of.
Damn.
And you're just like awesome at whatever you do. That's what everyone says. They're like, Max can do.
I'll let Mitchell answer that, but
Okay.
I think that explained it better than I could ever do
Yeah.
it. So I might start carrying that around in my wallet from now on.
Mitch, what did you think about your definition?
I think that's very false.
Do you don't think you complain at all? Like a petty pitcher?
No, I don't think so. I
Like-
mean,
Aren't you like, you did just get surgery.
I did just
so
get
like
surgery.
you really were hurt.
I really was, and you didn't think I was. You thought I was playing it off.
Well, I thought that was like 5 times ago.
Oh, well, it was 3 times ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like it was serious.
It ended up being as serious as what it was.
I do feel bad for you.
That's okay. You living.
Shouldn't you have like a brace on?
I did, but I can take it off when I need to. I guess when it's like
this is a strenuous area right here. I'd probably take it off too.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I'm a petty. What was it? Petty woman?
A petty you bitch at everyone in a petty girly way.
I don't know. I don't think I bitch much.
No?
No.
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 Unlike his roommate,
Actually, yeah.
Wait.
Caleb.
Caleb?
Caleb Begurin.
He complains a lot?
More than I've ever met anybody to do.
Like
He complains about Mitch
yeah.
more than anything.
he complains about you.
Yeah. I'd actually just like to put it out there that every story he tells is very dramatic, so I don't believe it.
I've never even heard a story from Caleb.
Are you kidding me?
No. I mean, the only time I've ever worked with Caleb was usually for relationship advice, things like that.
Well, you should tell him to listen.
Yeah.
That's like his arc.
He doesn't listen.
He's good at telling stories.
Yeah.
He is good at telling stories. But he's also good
like
about
give me a
bitching
story
about
that he is like told completely over the top.
Well, for me, a lot of the time it is directed towards my food choices.
Okay.
I tend to like gravitate towards things that are keto, just because I like it has like lower carbs and stuff like that.
Right.
And I just figured out that certain things.
Yeah.
So he will just like yell and scream no matter what, and just like yell like about keto and gluten-free stuff, and it's very very far from the truth. I mean, I eat most things. I still eat lollies, which is obviously candy. Sorry,
Lollies. Okay. All this Australian terms.
Yeah, I still eat lollies, but I mean, for the most part, I stick to like a lower carb diet, and he just gives me shit about it all the time. I mean, you can ask anybody else.
I love that Caleb's giving you a hard time about what you're eating.
I know he's the one
Like-
that needs to be putting weight on.
I know, and like Caleb, I think he tries. At least he says he does.
He does try, but
Poor guy.
you know, he just fast metabolism, I guess, and when he's talking as much as he does, he burns too much calories. So
He needs to be eating more than he's talking.
I
is what
think
you're
it'll
saying.
hit. I think the weight will hit him when he gets like 30, and then I
it'll
think
be-
he'll become quite circular.
For those of you that don't know Caleb is like what, 6 foot? He's 6'4"?
Yeah.
He's that tall?
Oh, maybe
Yep. 3.
Oh
I think
my
we're
gosh.
we're about the same height.
And he's
I'm
like, what,
6'3".
150?
Well,
Pushing it.
He's a really, I don't know what the word, he's fit. Yeah. Okay, next topic. Do you have something else to add on to that?
Oh, no.
no.
Okay.
It's
Let's go. You, Mitchell, describe Coach Olsen.
Coach Olsen.
And Coach Olsen is the head baseball coach.
He is. Well, I mean, there's nothing bad to say about him.
Okay, let's say like somebody's coming in
Mhm.
and they're going to be playing at McCook.
Okay, what
they're
would I
like-
tell that recruit
like,
sort of
what do you
thing?
think of Coach Olsen? What's he like?
He can. He doesn't necessarily say much, I guess, and I hope I don't get in trouble for this. But he doesn't actually say much, but he will talk to you, and it's kind of it's an interesting conversation. He always checks up on you. He always asks, like, if you walk by him, he's always like, how you doing, sort of thing.
Sorry, how you doing?
Yeah, how are you doing?
Right,
Sorry.
okay.
And I mean, that's all that I really kind of get out of him, sort of thing. Like, it's always just how you doing, and then just walk past each other pretty much, and the conversation kind of keeps going, but it just
and then
it just
it
stops.
just fades out.
Yeah. But other than that, I would say I got more I knew more what J.O. was like when I was going through the process of my surgery. I actually got a hug off him, and I was shocked, to be quite.
What?
Yeah, I got a hug from J.O.
Like he showed emotion.
Correct. He shook my hand, and I said, "Thanks, coach," and I'll see you in 4 weeks. And then he kind of pulled me in and gave me a hug, and it was really nice, actually. I never got a hug from a coach, but coming from him, it was probably one of the highlights of McCook, because I don't think anybody else has gotten that. So
do you did you ask anybody? Like, was that like a group text that you guys were like,
No.
oh my gosh, guys, J.O. just
No.
hugged me.
no,
It's going to be a good practice for you guys.
I think that's just something I got to own and not tell anybody else about, because when it comes up, I'll be like, you know what? They'll be like, oh, I have a good relationship. I'll be like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
I got a hug from J.O.
Yeah, no joke. Okay. Max, describe Coach Ladd, which Ford, he was on here a few episodes ago. He's just like the coolest, carefree coach on campus. So Max, describe Coach Ford.
And if he was on our team, I know he'd like to be my friend.
I
remember
Oh, so
that.
you're saying you listen to my podcast?
Cool. Well, I wouldn't be here if I didn't listen.
Thanks, Max.
Well, I actually was told that I got name dropped, so then I listened to it, but
Oh.
I still listen to it.
Okay.
And I listen to the others, so.
Thanks.
Coach Ladd, he's young, he's super chill, he's very laid back, he's very, very knowledgeable, especially in all the data and analytics and all the stuff that goes behind pitching that you don't see, that you wouldn't see in the game. But he has a really good idea of the game for such a young person. He spent so much time coaching already, and he's good. I know he does a lot of reading, and he does a lot of writing about us and about baseball, and he has a blog, and I know he puts a big emphasis on having a strong relationship with his players, especially his pitchers, because we see him every single day, and he lives in the dorms as well, so we spend a lot of time with him, and he's just big on that, and it just makes things a lot easier when we go to practice. And if something actually goes wrong or something's going well, he shows a lot of emotion. But I just know he's always got my back. He's got everyone's back, and he really just wants the best for us. And it's different because he is such a young guy, and he does have good coaching experience. So he's just a nice person. I just know he's looking out for me all the time. He really just wants us all to do well.
Do you ever see Coach Ford in the morning drinking coffee, reading a book?
No, but I'm sure if he could sit outside on his lawn chair and his deck, he would.
That would be him. That's
But
where you picture him.
Well, I don't like to get up, that early. I know he gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning and he's in the weight room, and then he's already back at the desk by the time I have an 8 a.m. class, and I wake up at 7 and have breakfast, and he's already been awake for 2 hours and smashed out half his day. So I probably miss him when he's doing his reading and his coffee.
Coffee drinking.
Yeah, and he's zen or whatever he's doing.
Okay, so you guys are pitchers, and I asked Coach Ford this, and sometimes I was like, maybe he wasn't getting it. So you guys are pitchers, which is like the main part of the game, I feel like, right? Agreed?
Yep.
A little head shake. There we go. So you basically start everything off. What is going on in your brain when you guys get ready to throw? Like, what is the routine there?
From the bullpen, or just as soon as first pitch starts?
As soon as you walk on the mound.
Well, for me, I tend to get quite amped up, I normally do have an energy drink. I have to have one. And then
What kind of energy drink?
well, it is a Monster, no sugar.
Okay.
But I would start drinking those.
Some Alani's.
Alani's, yes,
For sure.
I would drink those
They're
if
way
they were,
better.
if they were provided. Well, I haven't tasted yet, but
You've never had one?
no, I haven't.
Okay, well, after this.
After this, okay.
I'll get you one.
So basically warming up, kind of get into like this rhythm, trying to find my rhythm, and then as soon as I see the batter, I become quite vocal, and I'll kind of tell them to get in the box, or I'll just be yelling on the man if there's a ball, or if I didn't hit my spot, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I kind of just be as aggressive again, I guess, in a way. Kind of just like attack the hitters.
That's what's like. So in your brain, your little person is saying, attack.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Because I would say I'm quite a calm person, and then on the mound, I just try and flip it, sort of thing, because that gets me amped up, sort of thing. And then every inning, I guess I go out there, I just trying to do the same thing. We're just trying to attack and just be, I guess, aggressive as I can, and with conviction, I guess. Trying to execute my pitches mostly.
Okay. What about you, Max?
I don't know. I think I'm a little different from Mitch. Like he said, he's pretty vocal, and
When you like vocal, and you can answer me that, like you're like yelling.
yeah, he doesn't like the other team. Yeah. They piss him off. He gets them out. It's take that. Yeah. Who are you? You're nobody.
You really say that?
I'm freaking Mitchell effing Driver.
I don't think. I guess I've. Well, okay. Yeah.
You gotta-
I don't. Yeah. I know. Okay. All right. Let's. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been.
If
really,
you were there, you would see it.
It's been really cold the last 3 years, Mitch. That's why I've never been able to watch.
It's going to be cold the next 3 years too. So.
Right. Okay. Continue, Max. So what do you do?
I think I'm a little different. Like Mitch said, he's a calm person. I think I'm a calm person too, and I'm not very aggressive on the mound. I'm aggressive in my head, meaning like I want to get my pitches in. I want to. I think I'm better than this guy. I should beat him every single time, and I can beat him. I know I can do it. And then if I don't, I kind of, I'm solemn and I'm down in my head, and you gotta snap that, and you gotta get straight back into it. But I'm not very aggressive towards the other team. I just want to be better. I want to be that cool, calm, collected guy on the mound, and if I can dice them up, then they see that, and it's not phasing me at all. I just want to keep a straight face and keep doing what I'm doing, to keep working at it.
When you throw a bad pitch, they hit one over the horse trailers there behind our field.
Thought you hadn't watched a game.
Oh, that's happened?
Oh no. Anyway, back to it.
Let's say
Yep.
that does happen, Max. What does your brain say?
F.
That okay.
C.
Oh.
B.
Oh yeah.
All of them. It's at myself though. It's not at them.
Right.
I don't think they did a good job by hitting it over. I think I did a bad job by putting the ball there.
Oh, that's a good way to flip it.
Yeah. So I'm not.
I like that.
It's not that they're any good. It's
Right.
that I did bad,
Okay.
and I'm upset with myself. But maybe now that I say it out loud, maybe I should be thinking that they just had a good swing,
Right.
And but I made a bad pitch.
See, I don't know. I just
think
like
that.
going into the inner voices of all sports because everybody does it. Like, every sport, there's like an inner voice. So, and I just like to hear. And the only reason I think about this is because one time I had a volleyball player that was on the sideline, and she was like saying everybody's inner voice out loud. And I was like, exactly that's what they're saying. So let's say you throw a pitch and it's a ground ball and somebody misses it. What are you saying?
If it's no one on base and it's none out and it doesn't matter, I'm just like,
Cool
I'm not phased about it.
Right.
Head up, get me next time.
Mm-hmm.
I know they got me.
Right.
But I don't know. I guess it's it's freaking hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. So I can't be mad at them for missing a ball or for making a mistake. Like, it happens. Everyone makes mistakes. It's going to happen every single game. But 2 or 3
Then
in a
we're
big
gonna have
situation, they're totally ruining everything.
You're going to have some conversations.
Maybe just a little yell or a scream. I'm not going to go up in the
Angry
dugout
look.
and rip them by the shirt and tell them how much they suck and
Oh,
how they should be doing better. But
yes.
you got to know that they got your back and you're doing something for them, so they got to help you out. And they're trying,
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's, that's what happens. But
Right.
You want my answer too?
Yeah, let's
About
hear
the
it.
ground
Let's hear
balls?
it, Mitch. Oh, I feel like you have something to say here.
No, not really,
Okay.
because I haven't pitched for a while. But I mean, if the errors happen, it's part of the game.
Right.
If it's if it's a tough play, they might be there, but it just kind of bounces off their glove, sort of thing. You kind of just have to like take it into perspective, I guess. If it's one straight at them and just go straight through their legs or something like that, like that's we're trying to be out there and do our best, so you kind of hope it. But at the same time, we play with some really good players.
Mm-hmm.
So like Maxie said, they do have your back, and I mean they also have your back when they're out there hitting. They're trying to do their best, so you kind of just take it in and digest it. It's part of the game, and you can't let it really get to your head. Otherwise, because pitchers are, most pitchers I would say pitch with confidence, and as soon as that confidence goes down, they start doubting themselves, and it's just a whole roller coaster from there. But I mean, it's them making an error. It's just like us walking somebody. They're not trying to do it, and we're not trying to walk somebody, but it's just a part of the game, really.
Mm-hmm.
You just hope they just don't do it too many times, because other than that, then you kind of have to say something out there, or you can just, I guess, not say something, but just show your emotions, sort of thing, a little bit more.
Right. Okay. Who is the funniest player on your team? Max, who do you think the funniest for you?
For me?
Yes.
Okay. There's a few different ones. I hang out with like the pitchers,
Right.
all the time. And a lot of them, they're all got different kinds of humor, but I know Ford said Moose.
Mm-hmm.
I might say him too. He is really funny, but it's just really different. A lot of it's pretty crude.
See, this is why you get along with Ford. Ford's like, I don't think anybody respects him for his humor.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's just different. Like, it's just really outgoing. And a lot of
voice manipulation.
he can do. He does a lot of voices and he does a lot of funny things, but a lot of it's pretty crude and out there. And some people wouldn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
We're a bunch of 20-something, 18-something-year-old boys,
Right.
So we think it's funny. Him, Tristan, he's a different kind of humor. Daniel and Marcus,
Yeah.
they're hilarious.
Okay.
Little Daniel Bannon and Marcus Coronado are really, really funny. And they spend more time together than anyone. So they just have a different humor. They just know everything. They just know how to make a joke out of anything. And they got contagious laughs too. It's just funny people to be around. So
Would you agree, Mitch?
Yeah.
I put myself to.
Yeah. I would say for the most part that's pretty much. I would include Caleb, but because he does kind of make me laugh with some of the things he says.
Oh,
But I mean,
Caleb.
I think there are a few characters that you just gravitate towards, and you're always having a laugh. Like Daniel, he's actually quite funny, and Marcus and Moose is funny as well. And I don't know, there are a few other boys that will make you laugh.
So Coach Ford, he couldn't come up with any funny things that happened when you guys played. He's like, oh man, you're gonna have to ask the players. So give me something. Something
funny that's happened. There was a. I can't remember who we were playing, but Caleb was hitting, and I have this on video, so if you like to see, I can show you.
Okay.
Because it is funny. He swung at a pitch and basically just did a full spin in a circle and then hit the deck, and I thought that was hilarious. What else? Maxie?
When we played Colby, I think, one time, they've got some ruthless softball girls that like to come watch our baseball games, and they've all got very big mouths and very little brains. So they come out, and Eli was coming up to bat, and Eli wears his pants up, so he's got his socks up so you can see all his legs, and they're making fun of his little legs, calling him chicken legs, telling him to go to the gym, and that really riled him up. They got him really, really angry.
Little Eli.
Eli making fun of his little legs.
Very funny.
Yeah.
Elijah? I think Elijah's hilarious.
Yeah. He didn't like that. He didn't like they were making fun of his legs at all. I can't remember. He did something after, but I don't know. I don't travel to a lot of the games as well anymore when we play in the midweek.
What?
So,
just because you're not pitching?
well, I'm not going to pitch, and
no point.
I don't know. Waste some money. But, yeah. I can't think of many other funny things that have happened. Beatty hit a home run one time at NJC. We were getting a bit of beef between both teams, and we're getting into it, and Beatty comes up, and Beatty's massive, obviously. Throws the ball, smack, whacks it over the fence, drops a bat, turns around, yells at the catcher, calls him a couple of naughty words. It's on video. It's been posted on TikTok. It's been shared around.
What?
It's been
Really?
shared around a few times.
I need to see this.
I'm sure I can find it for you somewhere.
Oh my
but
gosh.
He just bang, turns around, ripping on him. Umpires telling him to go. Parents are yelling at him.
His parents are
Other
yelling?
parents from the other team. This was when we played there too.
Yeah.
So
When Jo starts dancing, lately he's been dancing and singing.
Jo dances? What is all this emotion?
We were Colby. We were at Colby last Tuesday, and he was making jokes, and he was roasting a couple players, like all in good,
Right. All
nice
in good
way.
fun.
Yeah, and he was singing, and he was dancing, and everybody was loving it. Like it was one
He
of
was
the.
dancing?
I think he had he didn't.
He like had some rhythm going.
He had. I wouldn't say rhythm, but
Little
he had
shoulder
something
shrugs.
going on. Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
Apparently he's a big Nickelback fan too. He told me that.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you guys know who Nickelback is? You guys are too.
That was my first concert I ever went to. Was
Really?
Nickelback. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at that.
But yeah.
I learned something new.
Jo
about
has
today,
been
too.
hilarious lately, and it's been awesome to see.
Wow. Yeah, definitely showing some emotions.
Joe is also very fond of our chicken, Reggie.
Oh yeah. But what is this deal?
Reggie's like a rally chicken.
A rally chicken.
Or he's a home run chicken, really. He's a
Okay.
celebration chicken. You hit a home
And
run,
like,
you
who
run
brought
in.
this? Like, who was like, you know what? We need a chicken.
Beatty,
No,
Trevor buy it.
it started.
Started last.
year. Trevor, who was here last year, he went to a gas station, I want to say, and he bought the chicken, and then it turned into like this little chicken,
Mm-hmm.
and they named it and stuff like that, and he had like gold chains and all the rest of it. And then it turned into Beatty going on to Amazon and buying the big chicken, which is now, like Maxie said, the home run celebration, the rally chicken, and
Reggie.
it's Reggie.
And so, where does he live at nights?
he
I
stays
think he lives in Owen's room
yeah.
or in Mitch's house
He's
sometimes.
either at my house or he's in Owen's room.
So, like, who's responsible to take Reggie?
Owen.
Owen is, yeah.
Owen.
Yeah.
'Cause they're the same size.
Yeah.
So we don't lose them.
There also is a little baby chicken that's a pitcher's one, but it's not as talked about, nor is it used as much.
And what is that used for? Like, when does the little
Nothing.
baby
Nothing
chick come
really.
out?
It's kind of like
Give it
Reggie-
to Avery.
Yeah, it's kind of like Reggie's little bro, but he doesn't get involved much. There was supposed to be like after you toss like a zero, you're supposed to like touch it, and it was only pitchers could touch it, sort of thing. Like no one else was. But that was kind of something we started last year and hasn't necessarily transitioned into this year. But he always tags along. He sits there.
This is great. That's funny. That's wow. Okay, best moment that you guys had here at McCook. Not even in general with baseball.
Oh, not with baseball?
Or we're not, it could be.
Yeah. One of the best ones, or one a really good one I have is with baseball. And it was last year when we had next week we're playing in our region tournament. So if we win, we get to go to Colorado Springs. And last year we were in the same spot, but we got to play at home. We played Luna, and I got to pitch the second game. And I pitched like 6 innings, whatever. I pitched good.
Mhm.
And then we're up like 8-2 or 10-2 or something. So I pitched 6 innings, so I was very happy. I pitched really good. We're smashing them. Alex comes in, pitches the last inning, gets like 2 runners on base and 3 strikeouts. We win. We're all dogpiling on the field. Everyone was in a great mood. And we all took a bunch of pictures after.
Yeah.
Everyone was posting on Instagram, and it was just like really good vibe, really good.
Cool.
2 days after that, going into the Colorado Springs.
Mm-hmm.
I would say most of the best moments would be surrounded by baseball, like that win that we had. There's been really good games where we've come back, or there's just been games where we've just come out and been like, oh my god, like this is the type of team we are, sort of thing. But in terms of other than baseball, there's some been good nights, I guess. Maxie's 21st for me was one of them.
I don't want to hear about that.
No, it's just a day.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's been a few other good memories when I was in the dorms.
Were you a part of the midnight run, barefoot run?
Was I?
What? Yeah.
Can you give me a little bit more context?
I was told never to hear about it,
Okay.
and it was like everyone's gonna take this to their death.
Okay.
But then somebody slipped up and told me about running the hill barefoot, and there was like a handful of baseball players that were also a part of that.
What time?
It would have been during COVID
Okay.
at the hotel.
Okay.
Where you
I
pleading the
believe
fifth?
I know the hotel.
Okay. So you weren't part of that run?
I wasn't a part of the run, no.
No.
No, I didn't have the luxury of running at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Did you like run or hide or
No.
just out of curiosity? Because I feel like you would have been a part of that group.
Well, yeah, I actually, I didn't get to run, but I was, I did hear about it because I was there.
You did hear about it.
Yeah, no, what was your assistant coach's name again?
Coach Rick.
Coach Rick did a really good job.
Yes,
I heard.
he did.
No, but I was there and I did not run, and I kind of just stayed there.
The best part about that whole thing, I didn't know that for about a year.
So that was the plan, and I don't know who slipped up, but yeah, we decided that you wanted to never know.
So you were a part of it.
Allegedly.
But you didn't run.
No.
And how'd you get out of that?
I don't know.
Max wasn't there.
No, Maxie wasn't there. I don't know how I got out. I think I was just comfortable, just sitting there, and I was like, I'm gonna be fine, and yeah, I was.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Mhm.
That's great. I'm gonna have to bring those ladies on here sometime, and they can tell me the whole rundown of that.
I don't know if they will tell you that.
I don't think they probably will either.
That's your last year's guru, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably won't tell you. I'm intrigued who actually told you though, so we can talk about that off air or right now.
Right.
Either one.
There's a really bad stare down going right now.
I know.
I know you can't see it at
I
home.
feel like Mitch is like, how did she find out?
I am.
I know. I know.
I really am trying to figure out how.
I literally find out everything.
That you do.
Usually.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys have been in McCook, Mitchell for 3 years, Max for 2. Where to next, Max?
Max is off to Louisiana Monroe in Louisiana.
Mm-hmm. Have you went
That's
to
about all I
visit
know.
there?
Nope.
You just signed and going.
Yep. I did it when I came here, so it worked out. So I thought I'd run it again.
So, I feel like you're doing the ice in the veins thing, Mitch, every time you do that.
No, I'm
Sorry.
I've got to push on my scar to break up the scar tissue. So
That's disturbing.
yeah, there it is.
Ew.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Sorry, Max.
No.
Mitch was, I don't know what he was doing. So going to Louisiana,
Yep.
Division 1 program,
Mhm.
correct? Pitching.
Yep.
Exciting.
Very.
Do you know anybody there?
Nope. I know the coaches.
Yeah. What
I've
made
seen other people commit there, but I have no idea who they are.
you, what made you choose there?
I don't know, really. I had a click. I had a few offers and everything, but this guy was just like right onto me. He was pushing for it, and he would talk to me every single day, and he would send me videos and updates and ring me and ask me how I'm doing. And then he's like, "Oh, I'm going to send you your offer today." And I was like, "All right, awesome." And he sent it to me, and I was like, "Oh, damn, wow, okay, perfect."
Let's do it.
And then I was like, "Do I have a deadline?" Because this was in October, November last year, so this was very early. And I was like, "Okay, how long?" I was like, "Do I have a deadline to give you an answer by?" Because I was still kind of weighing things out a little bit. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh, it's just like 80%. Like, I'm definitely going to go here."
Right.
And then I was like, "All right, well, give me a deadline." He said, "I'm not going to give you a deadline." He said, "But I'm going to ring you in 2 weeks, and you're going to tell me yes or no." And I said, "Well, that is a deadline, so 2 weeks. I'll talk to you then." And he said, "I don't think it's going to be much of a choice for you." And I said, "All right." And then the more I looked at it and looked at the school and talked to him, I was like, "Okay, he's right. This isn't much of a choice. I'm going here."
Yeah.
And that was it. And I've been signed there for 6 months now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Mitch?
Well, I'm not going anywhere.
Home.
No, I'm getting home. Yeah. So currently still doing my rehab. So not really looking at taking myself somewhere else in America right now. I just kind of want to get my arm back, like the healthy sort of thing. Make sure that's my main priority. And then just play back home and see where that goes.
So, like, do they have old man's league over there? Or?
They do. But they also have an ABL, which is Australian Baseball League.
Okay.
Yeah.
For old men.
I mean, if you look at the Blue Sox roster, yeah, definitely. That's the Sydney. That's where that's where we would hypothetically go if we were to go back. But yeah, no, they're just a bunch of old men, and then other teams have actually good players, and so I'm gonna try and do something there. You get paid a couple $100 a series, but I mean, I would say in terms of baseball here, I'd probably be over with it, because I don't want to do schooling anymore.
Over it.
Yeah, I'll be 23 this year, and have no drive to sit down in a classroom anymore.
Time to go.
Yeah, it's time to go. But I'm gonna miss it here. I mean, I'd prefer to play baseball here, more than anything, really. I just don't think. I think we're majority of the best players from Australia are here, sort of thing. So back home is probably lacking in some competitive areas.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Main priority is just getting my elbow back to where it was, and just being able to pitch again, or just be able to throw a ball, really. So other than that, just home, and that's it.
Okay. So as we wrap up to the end, we're going to go, I always ask like a few questions. So let's go with Max first.
All right.
Okay. What are you currently reading? Come on, Max.
Actually, I am reading something. It is baseball, though. It's called The Mental ABCs of Pitching. And I started reading it last year when, I don't know if you remember Austin Matthews. Yes.
I actually read a book that Austin told me to read.
Yeah. Oh, you told me to read a book. Maybe I should do that. We never did that.
And you told me to read a book, too.
I know. I should have
need to
brought it.
swap.
I know.
Yeah. Continue.
Oh, tomorrow. It's called The Mental ABCs of Pitching.
Yes.
And baseball's a massive mental sport. You know, it's all mental pretty much. So that's something.
That sounds like something Austin would have read.
Yes, definitely. So he sent me that, and now Owen's offered me his hard copy to read, which would be a lot better. And that's something I struggle with.
Mm-hmm.
It's just being confident and, I don't know, being focused. I guess I stay focused, but being confident. I'm not a very confident person, really. I am sometimes, but not with baseball, not lately especially as well. So I kind of need to pick me up, especially going to this new school as well, where the competition's, I'm sure, going to be a lot harder and everything's going to be a lot more difficult. Got to find a reason to stick it out. Like, I know I want to, but something that I can back up with.
All right. What's your favorite book of all times?
Probably read about 6 books in my whole life, so...
Max.
Close.
Max. You need to start reading some more.
I know.
How are you and Ford supposed to be best friends?
He's got to start lending me some books, I think.
I guess so.
He's getting paid.
Yeah.
I'm paying.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So
Probably that book that I said I would share with you.
Okay. That is a good book.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you currently watching?
Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. I've just finished them all off very quickly.
It's really hard to focus on you right now when Mitchell's doing like calisthenics over here.
Yeah. Well, that's why it looks like that. So.
You should probably wake up with Coach Ford and go do your exercises.
Hey.
I don't know if I would wake up with him next to me, though.
Well,
that's what it sounded like you were saying.
I guess you'll have to ask him.
Well, I mean, if that's where your mind went, you can ask him.
Ford's an ally. So.
Okay. Favorite podcast?
This one.
That's what I like to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Caffeine of choice?
I guess Monster if it's got caffeine in it. I drink a little bit of coffee.
Black?
Yes.
Oh, manly.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. If you could pick any person that would be tuning into this podcast, who would it be and what would you say to them?
My dad.
And?
Hi, Dad.
Okay.
Miss you, mate.
Aww,
Miss you lots.
Mate. Okay, and to end it,
Yep.
if I asked you to give me the first quote off the top of your head, what would it be?
Thinking right now. Hang on. I don't know. I don't really know many quotes.
You don't know any quotes?
Not really.
Oh.
I'm sure they're in my phone, but I'm not going to whip my phone out right now. No. Well, they're next
You
to
know what?
each other.
I'll give you time. You can
Yep.
find that
We'll
while
come back
Mitchell
to that. Yeah.
asks his questions.
Yes.
Okay, Mitch. What book are you currently reading?
I have not reading any current books. Actually, I kind of got an audiobook sort of thing that I was really going to be reading, but have not reading, but listening. And I have not really done it, sort of thing.
So it's not common for Australians to read in their spare time, is what I'm
I don't think so. I mean, I think
It's kinda what I'm
it
hearing.
depends. It depends. I mean,
Not a lot of free time, right? Season.
I have more
And
time
I know
than
that
anything.
you have tons of classes.
Yeah, all my art classes I gotta go to.
Yeah.
I'm no Victoria. Let's just say that from your volleyball team. I hear she reads a lot of books. And
She reads a
I'm
lot
the polar
of
opposite
books.
of that. Probably like Maxie, 6 books in my life.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, I won't ask you question number 2.
What was it?
Your favorite book.
The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Life.
Have you actually read it?
I've read both of those actually.
You have?
Yeah.
I just ordered it and got it.
It is really good. there was a period in my life where I wanted to kind of grow a little bit, and I read those books, heard good reviews about them, and I really still to this day take parts of what I read from that book into what I do around in my cooking, I guess, in my own life.
I like it. See, this is why I can pick on you so much and you don't care.
Oh yeah,
Right?
I mean,
It doesn't bother you.
no,
I don't mean to do that.
that's
by the way.
okay, Cash.
What are you currently watching?
Currently watching, well, I actually, when I come here, I was watching Chasing Mavericks, which is a surf movie. That's one of my all-time favorites. But on terms of Netflix, I was watching a show called Arrow. Yeah, I late to the party
Yes.
because apparently it came out like 4 years ago.
Yes.
But I was hooked on it from the get-go.
Like the hot guy.
I went, yeah, he's a good-looking
He's
guy.
good
He's a
looking.
good-looking man.
He's a good looking
Yeah.
man. Yeah. Ford and I were talking about this, I think.
Really? Arrow?
Was it? Because he likes Marvel? It was him or Coach Brandel. And he
Okay.
hadn't watched it yet.
I
I'm like,
recommend.
that is
Yeah, it was something that I got when I went home in December. My mum and I started watching it, so it was kind of cool.
I know
got
why
to
your
sit.
mom watched it.
I kind of sat down with my mum every night and just we watched Arrow, and that
It's
was
good.
that was kind
really
of like
good.
us getting back together, sort of thing. And so because I hadn't seen it for a long time.
Yeah. It's a good show. Good choice. Okay, caffeine of choice.
Monster Energy, no sugar. I have tried them also.
Favorite podcast.
I'm gonna say Logan Paul's Impulsive.
Okay.
You can ask anybody else. That's my go-to. But
Mhm.
I also have really enjoyed your one too.
Thank you.
So
Will you guys share this with all of your Australian friends?
I'll probably get made fun of but from my mates back home. But I will put it on my Instagram. Yes.
What about Twitter?
I have about 100 followers on Twitter, so I
I
can
don't-
if you like. But
I don't have anybody on Twitter. I'm working on it.
I know you're fresh to Twitter. I saw.
53.
Hey,
That's
Four.
pretty good.
Really?
I've got like 4 Twitter accounts because I lose the passwords.
Oh,
So
boy.
right now no one's following me.
Okay. Well, and to end it,
Yes.
the quote off the top of your head.
You can't wait till life's too hard. What is it?
You're doing great.
You can't wait till life's not hard anymore to be happy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. That is a good one.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is 22.
2. Yes. And you can't wait till life's not hard to be happy.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good. All right. What'd you find on Pinterest, Max?
Found it in my photos actually.
Oh, okay.
Pinterest is for ladies.
Is it though?
No, it's not. I use Pinterest all
Oh,
the
so-
time.
yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, it's something I think about when I close my eyes and dream about being a friggin' professional baseball player, because that's all that goes on around here. And it's from Reggie Jackson, and it's about when you're getting booed and getting hated on, why you shouldn't give up. It says, fans don't boo nobodies. Yeah, they don't.
They don't.
So it's something I like thinking about.
It's good. Okay,
Yeah.
last thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, what do you two do? What's your hair care routine? Both of y'all.
My hair care routine?
Yeah, like how do you get the flowing mane?
I don't necessarily have the flowing mane.
I mean, you trimmed it. I
I
mean, you
did.
got that little like.
The wave.
Yeah. What happened? How does that happen?
I don't know. I think I just wash my hair every...
You don't think this is like an Australian thing? Because like,
Well,
um,
since like 14 to 15 years old, Maxie and I have kind of always gone like short hair, long hair, short hair, long hair together, and then I went short and he stayed his hair long. Yeah. But I just use shampoo. That's it. And I think it's...
bar soap,
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Just use shampoo.
whatever's in there.
So I'm not going to say any names because they're not paying me for it, but whatever shampoo I've got in my shower, I guess.
Max?
Yeah, I think it's just genetics. I'm just blessed, you know.
With
No,
good hair. Oh gosh.
I'm kidding. No, it's just shampoo. I wash my hair like every like 3 days, 2 or 3 days, really.
It looks good.
Thank you.
Looks
It's
good.
just gotten way too long.
I bet.
It's because they think I'm a lady. And I turn around and I got this voice
ever
and
do the
this
high bun?
mustache. No, it doesn't go up because there's all this mess at the back. It's very messy. I haven't cut my hair in like 7 or 8 months. Like not even a clean up. It's just
Going
it's just fallen.
full on.
So that's what I'm gonna do when I get home.
I'm gonna
Get
need a
tidied
photo
up.
to post on Instagram so all the girls can see the flowy hair.
Yep.
Are you gonna wear it down
Don't
today?
forget to tag me
Tonight?
tonight. Yes,
Yeah.
for the banquet.
Are you really?
I am.
You're gonna
I
like-
think. Yeah, I think I will. I washed it this morning before I came here.
That's good.
We'll see how it looks. It's way kind of too long. It's kind of annoying, but we'll see.
Do you guys have anything else to say? I mean, more than likely your baseball team will be listening to this all together.
Go, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah, exactly.
You weren't on the friggin' podcast, you idiot, so.
Nothing.
I got nothing to say, no.
No.
No last things to say to J.O.
Don't change.
No.
Be who you are.
Yep.
Dance a little. Don't hug anybody else but
Me.
Yep.
Mitch.
Yeah.
That's it.
No.
Oh, never listen to any story Caleb tells you.
And never listen to any stories that Caleb tell you.
But listen to this podcast.
There you go.
That's
there you
it.
go. Listen to this podcast.
Mhm.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for tuning in
Yeah,
and
thank
helping
you.
out. Anyways, that was another episode of Coaching, Caffeine, and Comedy, and I'm your host, Haley Kotza.